Do you remember when you were a kid? You rode your bike and played in the dirt. Or sometimes you even ate dirt. And it wasn't just dirt. Sometimes you ate crayons, or paper, or even your own boogers. For a toddler, this might seem like a normal part of childhood, or a phase that will pass. But for older kids and adults, this may point to a more serious issue, a disorder called pica, where a person compulsively eats things that aren't food. While some individuals do suffer from this condition, others just like to eat things that aren't food for fun. These are the weirdest non-food items people ever ate. If you've ever had a craving for some chalk, then you're not alone. In fact, several women experience this during pregnancy, where their bodies may be lacking iron or zinc, and they try to get these minerals through items like ice, clay, paint chips, or chalk. This was the case for mother of two, Rebecca Adamore, who found herself eating 10 sticks of chalk a day during her pregnancy. She started off at just 2 sticks a day and even started watching videos of people eating chalk online. Eventually, she started craving more and more, so she decided to buy natural limestone chalk so it would be safe for the baby. During her first pregnancy, she also ate rolls of toilet paper, which surprisingly is also quite common. When most people hear the word soap, they think of cleaning, taking a shower, or washing their clothes. However, something entirely different comes to mind for this next woman: food. Yes, Tempest Henderson is addicted to eating soap. She eats laundry detergent, bars of soap, and even licks soap bubbles in the shower. She said the first time she dipped her fingers in the washing powder and put it on her tongue, it tasted sweet and salty, and it just felt right. She usually brings 3 bottles of soap into the shower and sometimes eats up to 5 bars of soap a week. The good news is that Tempest has not eaten soap since 2010 and is going through therapy to help with her addiction. Whenever glass breaks, the natural instinct is to clean it up as soon as possible and try not to step on any of the pieces. Well, it might surprise you to find out that this next guy eats glass. 27-year-old comedian Josh has been eating champagne glasses and light bulbs since 2007. According to Josh, it was kinda scary at first, but it doesn't hurt and he doesn't feel anything. However, he later admitted that he has cut the corners of his mouth a few times and his lips. He has even gotten shards of glass stuck in his gums. Sounds pretty unpleasant to me. We all have that special food that we eat when we're feeling sad and need some comfort. Teresa Widener is no different, except that her comfort food is a bit out of the ordinary. She eats rocks. She has been diagnosed with the pica condition and consumes 3 pounds of stones each week. Throughout her lifetime, this has added up to over 3,000 pounds of rocks, which is equivalent to the weight of a humpback whale. Although animals like turtles and wolves normally eat rocks to help with digestion, it does not work the same way for humans. In fact, Teresa has said that she has never had any medical problems because of the rocks, but she doesn't go to the bathroom very often, and her stomach hurts a little sometimes. On the bright side, Teresa has started eating less rocks since she got married. Of course, she still has bad days every now and then, but her husband makes her so happy that she doesn't feel the need to eat as many rocks. Alexa, play The Power of Love by Celine Dion. If you go to this next woman's house, she might not let you sit on her couch because she eats it. Yes, Adele Edwards has been eating the foam inside sofas and couch cushions for over 2 decades. It is reported that she eats pieces of couch foam 15 times per day, and the amount she eats every week is equivalent to a whole throw pillow. And she doesn't just eat that raw, unseasoned foam. Adele says she unzips the cushion cover, tears off a piece, then rubs it in the dirt because dirt makes it crunchier. Then she chews on it and swallows it. I guess the only thing better than a regular piece of sofa is a crunchy piece of sofa. For those of us who have cats, it's pretty normal to see them cough up a hairball or two every now and then. But if a human coughs up a hairball, it is definitely a cause for concern. This was the case for a teenager from India who required surgery to remove a massive hairball from her stomach. In fact, doctors actually diagnosed her with Rapunzel syndrome because she had a history of pulling out her own hair and eating it. She had actually been eating her hair for several years, and she ended up consuming so much of it that she started to throw up every time she ate. Because of this, doctors told her that they needed to operate on her to figure out what was causing the problem. And they were definitely surprised when they did a scan of her stomach and noticed that massive clump of hair. If you're curious about how big this hairball was, it was 2.2 pounds. So it pretty much weighed the same as a standard-sized pineapple or a bunch of bananas. Now, this next guy was known as Monsieur Mange Tout, which is French for Mr. Eat It All. And believe me, he certainly earned that title. Throughout the course of his life, it is believed that Michel Lotito ate 15 supermarket trolleys, 8 bicycles, 7 TV sets, 2 beds, a pair of skis, a computer, 6 chandeliers, and a small aircraft. And if those weren't shocking enough for you, it is also reported that he is the only known person to consume a whole coffin. Yeah, that thing they bury people in, he ate one. And of course, these items are way too large to eat in one go, so he would typically break them up into small pieces and consume them over a period of time. Depending on the size of the object, this could take days, weeks, months, or even years, like it did with the airplane. He is also the Guinness World Record holder for the strangest diet, which makes sense because he's pretty hard to beat. Remember that time you bet your friend you could beat them at pool? Well, Leon Samson did something similar, except that someone bet him that he couldn't eat a whole car. Some say the bet was for $20,000, and others say it was for $30,000, so we're not entirely sure of the correct amount, But either way, that is still a lot of money. Although it took him 4 years, Leon ended up eating most of the car. Apparently, he would grind up the car and mix it with his mashed potatoes or his soup to make it easier to eat. Although this is quite impressive, he eventually admitted that he moved to the United States and left a part of the car in his home country of Greece, where it probably just rusted in the bushes somewhere. Even though he didn't finish the entire car, he did eat 22,000 razor blades between the ages of 22 and 32. So I guess that makes up for it. Entomophagy is the practice of eating insects, and it is actually quite common among several cultures in most parts of the world. In fact, 80% of countries practice entomophagy. Bet you didn't know that so many people ate insects, did you? And they're apparently very nutritious, so you might want to consider adding some insects to your diet. Although people normally cook them before consumption, this next guy was trying to get all the protein and didn't want the cooking process to destroy any of the nutrients. So he decided to put a handful of live bees into his mouth. Now, it's no surprise that he started choking and coughing slightly when he did this. He also decided to put the bees on his bare neck and chest for reasons that we'll never understand. Have you ever loved someone so much that you wanted to keep them as close to you as possible? Close enough that you could almost taste them? Well, this next woman took this quite literally. After her husband Sean tragically passed away from an asthma attack in 2011, Casey began eating his ashes. Okay, let's rewind a bit and start from the beginning. So, Casey started off carrying Sean's ashes around with her as a form of comfort. So, whether she went to watch a movie, or buy groceries, or to a restaurant, she would bring his ashes. However, this unusual habit quickly turned into something dangerous when she started eating the ashes. Casey says it tastes like a mixture of rotten eggs, sand, and sandpaper, but she has grown to love the taste. What's even scarier is that Casey barely eats anything else and is pretty much only eating her husband's ashes. She claims that she has lost 42 pounds as a result of this. Although we're happy for her weight loss, we hope she finds a healthier alternative to help her keep the weight off real soon. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Let us know in the comments below. If you made it to the end of this video, that can only mean one thing. You are seriously into some weird-ish. So go ahead and press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more weird content just like this.